A few hours ago, the internet was rocked by the news of Chrisean Rock's mysterious disappearance, which sparked a flood of rumors, anger, and worry. The name Baby Jr. became well known throughout the world as fans frantically searched for answers. The discovery of Chrisean Rock alone in a rundown home without family or protection silenced even Blueface's most loyal fans in horror. But a terrifying new chapter has begun. After receiving an anonymous tip, officials rushed to the dilapidated motel west of Los Angeles. After the police confirmed the discovery, Child Protective Services were dispatched to the scene. Most disturbing of all is the absence of Baby Jr. Upon discovery, witnesses reported that Chrisean was crying and carrying a bundle of scribbled messages. The mystery surrounding their disappearance is still unknown to the general public, and this disturbing revelation just serves to heighten it. Concern grew as many attempted to ascertain Chrisean Rock's true intentions. Or was it something more sinister? A desperate call for assistance from someone who guided detectives to her with the anonymous tip. Some accused her family of betraying Blueface, while others implicated a close friend. Clearly, what had started off as a sad situation had turned into something far more sinister. What comes next might alter everything. The drama that was developing did not start out spectacularly. For over 36 hours, however, there was an overwhelming silence following Chrisean Rock's decision to cease tweeting, live streaming, and Instagram posting. Where her exuberant, unrestrained online persona formerly dominated, there was an uncanny void. Because she was so used to sharing her highs and lows with the public, her abrupt absence sparked speculation and anxiety right away. The weight of the absence made the digital air itself seem more tight. The last time Chrissy appeared in public, it was heartbreaking and honest. She was seen on tape leaving the courts with her eyes swollen and her lips bloodshot from the shock of the devastating news she had just received. According to the judge's swift and uncompromising ruling, Blueface's mother, Carissa, was granted emergency custody of Baby Jr. The final straw was the ruling that took the child out of Chrisean's custody and placed it under emergency protective measures, because it depicted a woman who was clearly devastated by the loss of her child. Many people thought the picture was tragic. Child Protective Services quickly launched an investigation into Chris's home situation, mental health, and capacity to give Baby Jr. a safe environment after the court decision. There was a sharp split in public opinion as a result of this shocking development in the internet community. Seeing the custody dispute as yet another instance of a broken system that far too frequently punishes weak mothers instead of providing them with support, Chrissy's loyal supporters swiftly came together to support her. As they say, Chrisean's outbursts. These challenges weren't evidence of incompetence but rather demands for assistance. Chrisean's history of instability and public emotional outbursts was used by critics as evidence that the intervention was required to protect the child's well-being. Her hectic lifestyle and mental health issues were so publicly reported on social media that they believed the need for preventive actions was urgent. In the acrimonious and tense debate, both sides chose sides. Chrisean's silence only increased the mystery and anxiety because social media was utilized as a platform for denunciation, sympathy, and justice. Fans frantically conjectured, was she withdrawing to recuperate? Was she secretly grieving? Or was there a sinister motive at work? Her silence became a symbol of her loneliness, a sharp contrast to the lively woman who had moments before boldly demanded attention. But as the hours passed, this, in addition to being a physical departure, Christine's departure served as a sobering reminder of how quickly attention can turn away from her and how the same platforms that previously gave her a voice may suddenly double as echo chambers for criticism. The world was forced to confront the tensions between public scrutiny and Mom's mental health, since it was hard to discern between private anguish and public show in this tight setting. Chrisean's silence was a potent statement. The story was far from over, But in those quiet hours, the first cracks had already shown in the fragile exterior of a life spent in public spectacle. When the unthinkable occurred, Chrisean disappeared that same evening while one woman's battle was being fought on the world stage. She didn't return to her sister's house, and she didn't answer the angry calls and texts from her friends and manager. The dilemma of protecting women when they are being coerced when participation is necessary, and when by day 2 it becomes a form of punishment. Her hairdresser and other closest friends publicly begged for updates on her safety as her social media craze intensified. A report on Reddit claims that Chrisean was seen by herself at a dilapidated motel outside of cities. There was no evidence, no pictures, but the panic was building. G. Blueface tweeted cryptic comments that hinted at her secret goal, which was unusually quiet. It was alleged that Caressa was attempting to obtain full custody by using leaked sensitive documents claiming that Chrisean was emotionally unstable and endangering baby Jr. The public's concerns grew as a result of Chrisean's well-known, intense and turbulent love for her child. Could she have hurt herself? Chrisean, and would she and baby Jr. be fleeing the constant court troubles and scrutiny? Specifically, why the allegations were made at 9:14 a.m. The authorities were alerted by an anonymous 911 call that morning, ending the stillness. Stay at a roadside motel for 2 nights with a woman who was exactly like Chrissy. After 30 minutes, as officers found Chrissy lying among unopened baby bottles, snacks, and strewn notebooks. She was exhausted and upset, but she was dressed. She had half-empty duffel bag and a picture of baby Jr. in her hand. She only left behind emotional evidence, including scribbles and notes that revealed her grief including a half-written letter with the headline, "If I don't make it back." With just one call received, Chrisean was linked to a prepaid burner phone, which was a shocking discovery. Could this have been a rescue or setup? She said, "I lost him. I lost everything." The story turned with the public awash with rumors that Caressa had planned the anonymous tip. What appeared to be an intervention turned into a calculated move. Chrisean remained silent during the interview until she commented, "I figured y'all would come." The narrative took a negative turn when a hotel staff member disclosed that Chrissy had not arrived by herself, but rather with a hooded woman who was carrying a baby carrier. When asked about baby Jr., she said, "He's safe but not with me, and that's what's killing me." Her response was motivated by hunger, insomnia, and a desperate want to get away from the unrelenting criticism and betrayal. Online investigators promptly recognized the woman when surveillance footage verified her departure hours after she left with baby Jr. In a cryptic Instagram story, Chrissy's best friend pointed fingers at more serious betrayal and accused others of praying in vain. Then Blueface finally stepped up in a mocking tweet to handle the next chapter and then used a laughing, crying emoji, which prompted a lot of controversy for trivializing a serious issue. Blueface's cousin is feeding the rumors that Chrissy might have given her baby to someone she trusted, or that the child was kidnapped while she was unraveling. Throughout the course of the story, Chrissy transformed from a reality star caught in a media storm to a representation of the complex interrelationships between mental health, parenthood, and fame. Chrissy's whereabouts and interview were confirmed in a neutral statement by Child Protective Services. In an unpublished statement, Whisper hinted at a more detailed review of Chrissy's mental health and the emergency custody system in general, which allowed Caressa to be held, while the probe was still underway. The world is just now starting to witness every painful second of the struggle for Chrissy and baby Jr.'s future. Chrisean is now again quieter or more withdrawn and under surveillance in an attempt to manage the fallout. T. The notion that baby Junior is growing up with people she no longer trusts deeply disturbs Chrissy. But a new storm was on the horizon. Just when it seemed like the worst was over, Chrissy was discovered at that motel hours later, her exhausted and confused, but still alive. E. And the internet community cautiously exhaled in relief as it prepared for the chaos that would soon follow. Yet not everyone was prepared for this. SA Precise 1246A timestamped video determined to destroy it all. What does it reveal that might blow everything up moments before the enigmatic SUV she drove off into the night, taking baby Junior with her? R. The woman in the hood paused at the exit, looked back at the motel room, and then gave a subtle wave as if she knew about the camera. Was she willing to give up her child? Was that Christian? Was this a deliberate act? While TikTok investigators examined the video frame by frame, it was the query that stopped the internet in its tracks. As in the darkness, just over the edge of the doorway, a figure that was unmistakably Chrisean Rock appeared quietly watching in the same clothes that the police had found her in without protesting or following. G. And on social media, people were asking G, was this a moment of somber resignation in a force's surrender here or a failed escape? Then, in response to the criticism, Blueface's sister Collie reposted the video with the cold comment accusing her of instability and letting that baby go like luggage. The post went viral and garnered millions of hits. After receiving countless views in a single hour, Collie went on to praise CPS for intervening and accused Chrisean of leaving her son behind during her Instagram live stream, saying, "Ju-e-g, my brother isn't the villain," and dotting G. The baby's in good hands. Infuriated fans accused the family of planning a cruel event that took advantage of Chrisean's suffering without showing any empathy. But Chrisean believed she was giving Junior to someone safe when his own cousin said, "You don't know the half of it" during Key's live webcast. Later, our CPS confirmed that the woman in the SUV was Carissa Blueface's mother's relative, leading to a more sinister theory after she was duped into giving up her child to a Blueface relative in order to receive legal benefits. The emotional distress of the discovery led to authorities dating her and requesting an on-site psychological evaluation, which saddened Chrisean witnesses who claimed she lost control, hurling furniture and yelling, "GG, she stole him." The video, which featured a mother's worst nightmare in real time and was accompanied by eerie soundtracks and dramatic captions, sparked a surge in public sympathy as celebrities expressed their opinions. Insider reports state that the mother was so overcome loneliness, paranoia, and betrayal that she demanded immediate legal assistance. And her lawyers have now become involved in increasing the likelihood of coercion and manipulation, as well as criminal investigations. While Summer Walker questioned the lack of real help, Misa Hilton bemoaned the simultaneous devastation caused by social media and the legal system. Fans accused Blueface of abuse after he posted a studio video of himself laughing and making light of Chrisean's breakdown and claiming that Chrisean was receiving round-the-clock mental health care and was admitted to a private rehab center in Malibu. In a recent interview, Chrisean shook his head, sobbed, and stated, "If something ever happened to me, no, it wasn't because I didn't love my son." According to a horrifying preview that Chrisean's manager shared online, when the conflict breached the lines between fact and spectacle, the video went viral, drawing infants, journalists, advocates, and celebrities. As hashtags like Nunciania Clark Free and Mental Health Matters trended, flooding social media with sincere appeals and conspiracy theories. His viral videos asked why no one stepped in when Chrisean's silence was a cry for assistance. Unfiltered. Rumors and phony headlines went viral, LCPS investigations as family betrayals and legal threats were leaked. D, but one thing was evident. The public had ignored Blueface, who had previously been in charge in favor of a chorus demanding accountability. And then the unexpected and unverified leaked audio recording showed a phone conversation between Blueface and his cousin in who kidnapped Baby Jr. The cousin claimed that she believed she was giving the child to Blueface's aunt without knowing about the legal proceedings. As Blueface's laugh remark, Keiko Key, you handled it smoothly, shocked many by acknowledging that Chrisean had been outwitted and hadn't willingly given up her child. Chrisean's legal team also mentioned criminal behavior. While social media was demanding consequences as the complicated story of Chrisean and Baby Jr. Seemed to have reached its lowest point, and an even more tragic piece of the puzzle was revealed, and this time from a source who was surprisingly close to Chrisean's former closest friend, T. They found the leak. K. During this chaos, as Chrisean shared a spooky photo of a medical wristband on Instagram with the straightforward caption, "Still here," which amounted to a film, an uncensored and painfully intimate look inside the motel room where Chrisean was discovered after she vanished. Where her face is etched with exhaustion and desperation, her words piercing the clamor like a sharp sword in the video. Her voice breaking as she reveals the inner turmoil that had been kept hidden from the world. DE and those in her immediate vicinity had promised her that Baby Jr. would be returned to hereafter, as her confession reveals. Not only did the legal system betray her, but the very people she believed to be on her side also did so. The uncensored video clearly shows that the whole situation was a phony, and she was told that it was a temporary legal tactic that would not permanently remove the child from her custody, actually removing Baby Jr. from her custody permanently. In order to appease the courts and satisfy procedural requirements once a confidant and someone turned to in her darkest moments, ST is the source of this footage. Her words capture a mother's greatest anguish and terror. And her anguish cannot be written off as phony or overblown, because each tear and pause in her speech shows a woman who has been driven to the edge not only by grief, but also by deceit and betrayed trust. That not like this, she says, is obviously in agony. Not without my child. As soon as the video was released, social media went crazy with supporters fervently rallying behind Chrisean when they realized that her fight was not only legal, but also highly emotional and personal. While critics sharpened their blades, with some claiming that she broke the law, the video again shifts the plot, raising new questions about loyalty, collusion, and the true nature of the coalitions involving Ryan. According to legal insiders, SAT might be asked to testify under oath, which is a sign of vulnerability. But some are wondering why they chose to reveal such a vulnerable moment. Was it an act of genuine concern or part of a larger, more strategic game? There are significant repercussions. As her testimony could reveal what she knew at the time and whether she was complicit in allowing or facilitating Baby Jr.'s transfer to Blueface family. Why the courts are expected to uncover levels of manipulation that were previously hidden. And Chrisean's legal team is reportedly assembling a strong defense. In addition to the growing evidence of emotional trauma and coercion, and this film may be crucial in settling the custody dispute. But it also highlights the more depressing reality of how the legal system and celebrity mental health issues can occasionally collide with disastrous results. As the world watched and waited, wondering how much deeper this tragic story could go, public accusations erupted. Did teens engage in collusion? Or was she traitorous? Her candid confession. In that motel room is more than just a vulnerable moment. It's a call to action and a last-ditch appeal for justice for her child, and for a system that many believe has let her down horribly. In this unfolding drama, it is clear that Christian's battle is far from over. R. What started as a custody battle has turned into a terrible tale of manipulation, heartache, and public scrutiny, in serving as a sobering reminder of the thin line separating past love from the harsh spotlight on celebrity. I tried to record everything as it happened, because I wanted to have a record in case things went wrong. But instead of recording a brief social media rebuttal, all the followers weren't persuaded and accused me of betraying her. Or, the outrage started with this turn of events, and it was more severe than the social media condemnation alone. According to a recent leak from Christian's legal team, MT may be asked to testify under oath regarding her role in that motel handoff. F. They want to know what she knew when she knew it and whether she was always working with Carrera. A joyful selfie of Baby Jr. holding him while wearing a shirt that read "First" was posted on social media. The caption read, D. No matter what they say, he's safe now. The reaction was explosive. Fans accused her of stealing under the guise of love, pointing out the obvious manipulation behind the family first facade. They did not see it as a reunion, but as a sick win. And after that, Blueface abruptly went live and dropped a shocking revelation that nobody had anticipated. D. Yeah, he freely acknowledged, we did what we had to do. After that, he threatened we've got more receipts, which raised new rumors and hung heavily in the air. In his eerie parting remarks, as Blueface asked, what else are they hiding? It was obvious that Christian would have to battle valiantly for her son's return. He said something so definitive that the internet fell silent. Whether you choose to call it nasty or not, the baby is getting the help she needs now that she is safe, he stated. D. In actuality, this battle is far from over. R. According to insiders, Christine is reportedly preparing a powerful statement, possibly even a lawsuit, or revealing interview that could reveal the entire story. In the meantime, her silence is deafening. And her social media accounts remain unchanged. D. Aside from that haunting photo of her hospital bracelet and a flurry of unfiltered emotion from her supporters, she can't hide from the video. O. The stories. It tells R that Chrisean Rock didn't just disappear or fall apart for no reason. And they were part of a well-planned setup, a pawn in a game much larger than themselves. Now that the world knows the truth, someone she trusted betrayed her. The next move could cost someone much more than custody. So be ready. The questions still stand because her tears were real and her silence was stronger than any scream. Was Christian really falling apart? Or was this just